Hey, mamas. I'm going to ask you to consider future tripping with me for a moment today. I know, I'm always beating the drum of staying in the present moment, feeling what needs to be felt, and seeing what is asked to be seen. But today, let's imagine the future for a moment. I know you've got your hands full, your heart aches, and your emotions are likely all over the place, but bear with me. If we can envision how we want to feel and who we want to be when the ink is dry on the divorce papers, we can become the architect of our new life renovation. You don't even need to know how to get there. You just have to have a target. When I was going through my divorce, I had no desire or faith that I would ever fall in love again, let alone find the love of my life. That seemed totally implausible. But I can tell you that 21 years later, when we text our children pictures of us, we're a blended family now. They all respond by saying, #relationship goals, which totally makes us laugh. I never thought that was possible for me. And maybe that's not what you want. But as you heal, your life opens before you. I want to share a story about a recent wedding I attended and the love of two divorced parents. Why? Because it's very likely that one day in the not-so-distant future, you and your soon-to-be ex will be attending the wedding of one of your children. And you know what? You're designing who you're going to be right now. Listen in and let me help you with that design. It's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm calling this conversation Divorce Goals. Hi there, mamas. Welcome to the Intuitive Divorce Podcast. I'm Kristen Noel, certified divorce coach and creator of the Best Self Intuitive Divorce, a game-changing program that transforms the experience and outcomes of divorce, one mother at a time. I call it Divorcing Differently. I'm here each week bringing you a quick message to support, inspire, and empower you to achieve the outcomes you want for yourself and your kids. So let's dive into today's episode. Just the other day, I was sitting with one of my oldest friends, like since middle school. Yeah, that long. Needless to say, we've been through a lot of life and a few divorces combined. Over lunch, the conversation briefly turned to our exes, and even some recent surprising communication between us and our ex-husbands. As she shared hers, she leaned in and said, someday I'll have to see him at a wedding. And by wedding, she was referring to that of her kids. To which I jumped in and said, that's exactly what I tell my clients all the time. And I know that for most mothers navigating divorce with small children, that seems like an enormous leap ahead. But trust me, number one, life moves so much faster than you can imagine. And number two, it's a target worth setting your sights upon because it'll help inform the course. When we think of divorce goals, the conventional narrative tends to guide us to consider time and money. Get out as fast as possible, get as much as possible. And hey, both of those things matter in the equation, but that's only part of the story. There's a whole other story to be written, and you are writing it in the here and now. So let me share another story that may paint a picture to go along with this wisdom I so desperately want to impart upon you, your kids, your divorce journey, and even your ex. I recently attended another wedding and basked in all the beauty, festivity, and newlywed love, because love is contagious and hope is too. It was easy to get caught up, like being swept up in a delicious embrace. Everything was perfect. The sunset gently casting golden early fall light upon the bride as she strolled down the aisle with her proud papa beaming. Mother Nature had conspired. There wasn't a cloud in the sky or chill in the air. The quiet thrill of it all left guests giddy with anticipation, lots of oohing and eyeing. The young bride glowed as she recognized the faces surrounding her on either side of the aisle. People who had been a part of the chapters of her life, gathered to witness her enter her new one. I bet you can imagine it all for yourself, but that's not even what I want to share with you today. First off, you're in a divorce or about to be in one. Attending a wedding probably isn't on the top of your wish list at the moment. It may even feel triggering. Perhaps for you, it stings of many things, brings up a lot, stirs the emotional pot, and just feels too hard. I get it. Bottom line, two truths can coexist. We can experience our own emotional response and still celebrate the possibility and love for a young couple. On this day when everything seems to be perfect, we wish so many things for them. May they be supported by wise counsel. May they guard their precious love ferociously. May they communicate with open hearts. May they respect and honor each other and themselves. May they see each other for who they are. May they stay connected to their intuition. So many wishes. The most stunning thing for me during that wedding was how my divorced friends, mother and father of the bride, so lovingly showed up for each other on that day, witnessing the marriage of their first child, making it safe to share the emotions of it all. These friends of mine have always been a bit of an anomaly. Though separated well over 20 plus years and since divorced, they've also remained friends, co-parented, vacationed together as a family, and shared many holidays together. Yep. Now, I'm not over-romanticizing anything here. They've had their ups, downs, and all-arounds. They've gone through periods where they weren't in communication or surely saying to themselves, this is exactly why we are no longer together. And still, they demonstrated to their kids that while they weren't remaining a couple, they were loving friends and parents. Yes, two truths can coexist. So it probably shouldn't have surprised me, though still touched me deeply, to glance over at them sitting side by side during the wedding ceremony, comforting each other. One handed the other a tissue when tears started to roll. A gentle, reassuring hand on a knee. Together, not together, they were before their children and friends. And even just writing this today, it makes me a little bit weepy in a good way, in a hopeful, heartfelt, human way. We may not want to stay married, but we can decide who we're going to be from this day forward and who we want to be on that wedding day of our children. Are you going to be the parent who makes their kids jump through hoops on their wedding day to accommodate the War of the Roses, feuding parents who never got over it, can't let it go, still need to be right? Even if that feels so far away, isn't there a better goal to hold in your heart? Let this kind of vision set the course for all that is to come. It's not a pie-in-the-sky notion. It's possible if you create it. I witnessed it in motion that day, and that's what I'm wishing for you and your kids and your divorce story. #divorce goals. Thanks for listening to today's episode, but more importantly, for making this time for yourself. If you're a professional, independent mother facing off with divorce, struggling with your emotions, worried about your kids and your future, and want a better way to navigate it all, I've got 2 ways to completely change the trajectory of your divorce and your life starting today. The first is our free divorce workshop. In this training, you'll learn the 3 steps to get off the emotional roller coaster and take control of your divorce so you can save time, money, and heartache for you and your family. Simply go to intuitivedivorce.com/workshop. And the second way is to book a free strategy call with our team, where we'll dive into your situation, your struggles, what you really want, and outline a path to get you there. For a short video and the booking link, go to intuitivedivorce.com/call. Check it out, and I'll see you inside. Now I have a favor to ask you, Mama. If you enjoyed this conversation and were inspired in your own divorce, please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss future juicy talks. And I'd be so grateful if you'd leave a review so together we can help other mamas walking in the same shoes.